What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another week here in Body Bags, the retro slasher here, your Tuesday review, and I'm bringing guys a brand new review this week. Yes, for this week, I decided to review a film from a very popular, well-known horror franchise, and which is, of course, the one, the only, the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Now, the sequel in the franchise I chose to review is Part Six, also known as A Nightmare on Elm Street: Freddy's Dead, the Final Chapter. That's a hell of a name. But yeah, so getting into the synopsis, this one really not one really written for me to read. So I'm just gonna do my best of making my own. So basically, this movie is set 10 years after the end of Part Five, where we meet a character. He has a real no name, so they call him John Doe. He's lost. He's suffering from amnesia and whatever. He's trying to figure out who he is and whatever. So he arrives in this city. He's taken by the cops from the city to this local shelter, basically just a home for abused and runaway kids and whatever. There he meets this doctor. Played her name is Maggie, where she instantaneously is drawn to him and curious about his story, where he comes from. So she decides to help him, take him back to this town, Springwood, which all the other Nightmare on Elm Street films are took place in. And from there, they stumble across the mysteries of that. There's a little side story with the other teenagers that were from the shelter. There's three of them. They elect to try to sneak away in the van, in the back of the van that Maggie and John Doe head back to this town in. So of course they made a bad decision and ended up in the wrong van. Pretty much there is just trying to unsolve the mystery of what's going on with Freddy Krueger and why is he coming back, and why is he letting John Doe live for so long. So, getting into my thoughts on this one now, we all know in the later Elm Street sequels that they started to get really comedy heavy and rely on their comedy more than their actual serious tone or horror elements. This one falls victim heavily of that. There's not a really lot of serious moments to this film. It's all pretty goofy and laugh out loud moments. It's not really mean spirited or anything. There's a very dark story behind this. In this one, they kind of deep into more Freddy's past in this one, involving a certain character in this film. But not to spoil anything, but there is a pretty dark story to it. But it's just outweighed by all the comedy in this one. Now, it's your slasher film. It's a '90s slasher film, 1991 to be exact. So it has that very '90s feel to it. It's very just quirky and out there. Cool soundtrack and whatever though. Very fitting for the time and everything that's set in. But all around, this film is a pretty goofy, poorly made Nightmare on Elm Street film. Now, my personal opinions on this, it's one of my favorites because it's nostalgic reasons. It's one of the first Nightmare on Elm Streets that I did watch as a kid growing up, so I always hold it in like a special place in my heart. But looking at it as a critic or like a review of this film, it's really poorly made. It's not really well done. The acting's not all that great. The kills are pretty weak, to be honest. There's one cool kill involving Carlos. He's got like some hearing problems or whatever, and the way Freddy elects to kill him is pretty brutal to think about. The torture that this guy must go through is pretty amazing. But besides that, there's a goofy kill. Everybody knows the Nintendo kill or the Atari kill in this film, involving Spencer. He gets stoned. Freddy plays him as a character on a video game and elects to kill him that way. It's a fun kill, but it's pretty goofy and really not meant for the Nightmare on Elm Street or what it was at one time. Yeah, I don't know, man. As a fan of the franchise and a fan of this film, I like it. But as a reviewer and being honest about it, it's not a good film. So if I'm throwing a rating on this, I'm just gonna give it a average rating of a 5 out of 10. It's a fun film. I recommend it. It's just a good film to watch and have some fun with. Not meant to be taken serious at all. Can't stress that enough. But that's been my review of the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think about this one, where it ranks amongst your favorite films in the franchise, and definitely let me know. Also, head on over to Facebook if you got a Facebook. Add the Body Bags group page. I'm on there. All the other reviewers are on there. Post whatever you like. Leave whatever you like. Just don't be an asshole or rude or start any drama or anything like that, and everything's all good. But until next week with a brand new review, guys, check you guys out later. Peace.